Yeah, good morning to all. So today's topic of discussion is binary search. Okay, so if you look into the searching problem, we will be given a list of records. Okay, so here record can be pictures, record can be uh, student data, employee data, anything. Okay, so each record has an associated key. Assume that every record contains a unique key associated with it. Okay, so we need to search for a record containing a particular key. Okay, so because there are number of records in the list. Okay, so we want to use an efficient searching algorithm to find a record containing a particular key. Okay, so this is the search problem. Okay, so today we'll talk about such technique, binary search. So assume that this is an array containing some pictures. Okay, so each picture is associated with a number here. This is called a key here. Okay, so then we need to find out a record. Here record is nothing but a picture with a unique key. Okay, so assume this is the key given and we need to identify the picture, corresponding picture like this. Okay, so this is called a searching problem. Hope where we use this searching in real time. You got the point. Okay, right. So each record in list has an associated key. Here the key is nothing but some ID number. Okay, so given a particular key, how can we efficiently retrieve the record from the list? We want to retrieve the corresponding record for the given key. That is nothing but the searching problem here. Okay, right. So what we do is we discussed about a serial search or linear search for the same problem in the yesterday's video. Okay, so in serial search, what we do, we'll step through array of records one at a time. We'll start from the first record. Is it the record required? That is how we search. Okay, then look for record with the matching key. Then is there any record with the matching key? Like this, one by one record will go on search. That is called a linear search or a serial search. Okay, so the search stops. How long we should go on search and where we should stop? Okay, so the linear search technique stops when record with matching key is found. This is first case, and or when search has examined all records without success. That means it has verified all the records and there is no such record found. At that time, the search stops. Okay, so in two cases, when match is found or when there is no such record, then in such two cases, the searching algorithm stops. This is linear search. One by one will search. Okay, but this is not efficient. Okay, so the disadvantage is its average time complexity is order of n. Okay, so in algorithms, this order of n complexity is considered a worst performance algorithm. Okay, so we need to improve this. Okay, so for that purpose, we use another searching technique, that is binary search, which is better than a linear search. Okay, so we'll today look into this technique, binary search, how binary search searches a record with a given key. So assume that we are given an array of records that is sorted. Okay, so that means for binary search, the list should be in sorted order. For example, an array of records with integer keys. sorted from smallest to largest. Example, ID numbers, such kind of numbers you may store in the array. Okay, but these integer keys must be sorted in order. Okay, so this is one kind of array you may have containing only integer keys, or an array of records with string keys. That means some names, and these strings also must be sorted in alphabetical order. In any case, we can identify a particular record for a given key. Okay, so here array may contain numbers or array may contain names, and we can apply binary search in any of these two cases. Okay, right? So the basic idea of binary search I'll explain first. Consider a problem of searching a word in a dictionary. Hope we might have used dictionary for searching a word in the dictionary. Okay, so if we recollect the way we searched a word in the dictionary is similar to your binary search. Okay, so what we do first, we directly go to some approximate page, say middle page, assume. Okay, so suddenly we open some middle of the dictionary there. Okay, then start searching for from that point. Okay, so we'll try to look into that page whether our word is present in that page or not. Okay, if the word that we are searching is same, then the search is complete. That means if we find the word in that page, then directly we get the meaning and we close the dictionary. That means your search is complete. Otherwise, if the page you are looking for is before the selected page, okay, so then apply the process for the first half of the dictionary. Otherwise, apply the same process for the second half. That means if your word is towards left side of the current page, only we look into the left part of the dictionary. Okay, if you think that your word is towards right side of the current page, then we search only in the right part of the dictionary. Yes or no? Okay, so this process continues until we find the required word. Okay, so this is called binary search. That means every time we are dividing the dictionary into half, either we search only in the left half or right half. Okay, so half of the dictionary is eliminated here. Searching in half of the dictionary is eliminated. Every time half of the dictionary will be eliminated. This is called binary search. Okay, so your binary search also works in the same way. Okay, so the algorithm applying such strategy is referred to as binary search algorithm. This is the basic idea of binary search. Searching a word in dictionary, searching a word in telephone directory, a number in a phone number in a telephone directory. In olden days, there were telephone directories. Okay, so to find a number in the telephone directory, there also we apply binary search technique. Knowingly, unknowingly, we apply the same binary search technique there also. Okay, so these are all some of the examples of binary search technique. Now, how we can apply this binary search given a record of given an array of integers. Okay, so today we'll discuss that. Now, our binary search algorithm first we discuss. Okay, so then we'll take an example for this algorithm. Okay, so assume A is an array of sorted elements. Please remember the elements in the array must be in sorted order. Otherwise, your binary search will fail. Okay, so the binary search algorithm applied to our array A works as follows. Okay, now see here. So during each stage of the algorithm, our search for item, assume item is the element to be searched here. Okay, so your array A will be reduced to a segment of elements. Okay, so initially your array will be denoted like this: A of beginning, comma, A of beginning plus 1, A of beginning plus 2 dash dash, A of end. where the variables beginning and end are the two variables here. Okay, so they denote the beginning point or beginning location of the array, and end indicates the end location of the array segment. Okay, so initially beginning will be 0 and end will be n minus 1. Assume there are n elements in the array, then the last location end will contain n minus 1. Okay, so with that we'll start. Okay, this is how your array is denoted. Okay, so the algorithm every time compares the item with the middle element a of mid. Okay, so it finds a of mid where mid is calculated by using this formula. Okay, so we use another variable called as mid, and we calculate mid first using this formula. Okay, so middle is nothing but beginning plus ended by 2 here. Okay, where beginning indicates beginning location. Initially it will be 0 and end indicates ending location of the array. It will be n minus 1. Okay, for example, if your array contains 10 elements, then end will contain 9 and beginning will contain 0 there. Okay, so like this we calculate mid value beginning plus end by 2. Then we compare whether your item to be searched is equal to a of mid. Okay, so with the middle element we'll compare every time. Okay, so like this, if item is equals to a of mid, then the search is successful. That means that is the element, a of mid is the element to be searched. Okay, so we identified, then your search is successful, and we can set a location is equal to mid. Where is the element here? So element is present at a mid location. Okay, so that's why we set location is equal to mid. Okay, so otherwise, if that is not the middle is element is not the element to be searched or item to be searched. So what we do, we go to a new segment of A using these two conditions. Okay, that means your item to be searched is not the middle element. Okay, so then the element may present either left half of the array, or element may present on the right half of the array. Okay, so in which half it is present, you can identify by using this condition. That means if your item to be searched is less than a of middle, the meaning is the item to be searched is less than the middle element. That means you can confirm that it is present in the left half. Then no need to search in the right half of the array. Okay, so then you can say that item can appear only in the left half of the array segment. Okay, now how you can denote this left half of the array? Left half of the array starts from a of beginning comma a of beginning plus 1 up to a of mid minus 1. That means middle element is not the element to be searched. Already you know. Okay, so mid up to mid minus 1 from the beginning you need to search now. Okay, so this is how we reduce the array to half of the segment here. Okay, a of beginning to a of mid minus 1 only will search in the array if item is less than the middle element. Okay, so in this case, now that means your beginning will become same as beginning, but your end will become mid minus 1. Always you have to store beginning position and end position of the array segment. Okay, so the end position of the array segment will be mid minus 1. Yes or no? Okay, so then the variable end will be calculated by using this mid minus 1, and we start again begin searching in the only left half of the array. This is the first case. If your item is greater than middle element, okay, item to be searched is greater than the middle element, then we can search only in the right half, ignoring the left half. Okay, so how you can reduce to right half of the array? That means your item can appear only in the right half of the array segment. Okay, so then only right half of that segment can be denoted like this. Okay, so a of mid plus 1 will become the starting point of the array, then a of mid plus 2 like up to a of end. Okay, so then the right half of the array can be denoted like this: a of mid plus 1, a of mid plus 2, a of up to a of n. Okay, so that means mid plus 1 will become the beginning point here. So we reset beginning is equal to mid plus 1. Okay, so always we have to store beginning point of the array and end point of the array. Okay, so in the right half means end point doesn't change, only beginning point will move to mid plus 1 position. Okay, so that's why we store beginning is equals to mid plus 1. Again we start searching in the right half only. Okay, so depending on whether the item to be searched is in the left half or right half, we go to corresponding of or part of the array, segment of the array, and again we start a binary search in that left half. Okay, so how we perform binary search again? That means again we calculate middle element. Okay, so then we search whether the item to be searched is equal to the middle element. If not, again we'll test it, or it will be present in the left half or right half of the this segment. Okay, if it is in the left half, again we ignore the right half of this segment. Okay, so like this we go on reducing the array every time we eliminate half of the array, and until we find the item, or the search may be unsuccessful. If the item to be searched is not present, the search may be unsuccessful. Okay, so when it is unsuccessful, if item is equals to a of mid, then we say that the search is successful. Okay, but how to find whether search is unsuccessful? Okay, so that means what we are doing is initially we begin with the entire array. Okay, so we start from beginning to end of the array. Okay, so entire array we consider for searching. That means initially we start with beginning is equal to 0 and end is equal to n minus 1. Okay, and we go on performing binary search. Every time we calculate mid of the array, then we reduce either to the left half of the array or right half of the array. Okay, and finally if item is not in the array, then eventually we get a situation like this: end will less than beginning, end will less than beginning. This indicates, that means, see, initially end is to the beginning is at the left hand side and end is at the right hand side of the array. Beginning value is 0 and end value is n minus 1. N minus 1 is always greater than 0. Okay, so that means end is always greater than a beginning here. Okay, so when the item is not there, what is happening here? Beginning and end, they are coming to close to each other. Okay, so when the item is not in the array, end will become less than beginning. Okay, so this condition indicates that the search is unsuccessful. Okay, so that means every time you have to check whether end is less than beginning or not. Okay, if end is less than beginning, you can say search is unsuccessful. Otherwise, there is a part of the array which need to be searched. Okay, so this is binary search algorithm, how it works. Okay, so at broader sense, you can see that just look at this algorithm. What we are doing is initially we are setting beginning is equal to 0 and end is equal to n minus 1. Then we are calculating middle of the array, middle point of the array by using this formula here, say beginning plus end by 2. Okay, so once we get the middle point, then what we are doing, whether the element to be searched is equal to the middle element or not. If it is, then search is successful. Otherwise what we do, we'll search whether your element to be searched, the item to be searched is in the left half or in the right half. If it is in the left half, we'll search only in the left half of the array. That means the left half of the array can be denoted now using this a of beginning plus 1 up to a of mid minus 1. Okay, this will become the beginning position and this will become the end position of the array. Okay, so within this limit only we'll search for the item. If it is in the right half of the array, then the right half begins from mid plus 1 to up to n. Okay, so we start searching only within this segment of the array. Okay, so like this we go on performing binary search until we find the element, or what is the other case? If end is less than beginning, we say that the search is unsuccessful. Okay, let us see a numerical example here. Assume that I have given a sorted array with these elements. Just look at the elements here. They are in sorting order. Okay, in ascending order, say 6, 13, 14, 25, 33, like this, up to 95, 96, 97. How many elements are there? There are total 15 elements are there in my array. Okay, so I want to perform binary search for the element 33. Within this array, now I want to perform binary search for the element 33. Okay, now see here, size of the array is 15 and the element to be searched is called as key element. Okay, so I say key is equal to 33. I use a variable called as key and I store 33 in that variable. Okay, so key is the element to be searched, which is 33 here. Now I want to search whether 33 is present in this or not. Okay, so I have to apply binary search here. Now see just how we can identify 33 using binary search. Now initially what we do, we take two variables, beginning and end, and we set beginning is equal to 0, that means first element location, and end is equal to 14, last element location. Okay, so these two variables will take and we set these two values, beginning value and end value. Okay, so that means the beginning contains first element location 0 and the variable end contains last element location 14. Okay, right? So then calculate mid value by using the formula. So mid is equal to beginning plus end by 2. What is beginning value? 0 plus end value is 14. So 0 plus 14 by 2 is 7. Okay, so then set the variable mid to contain or the location 7 here. Okay, so mid contains the location number 7 there. Okay, so this is how we calculate variable mid value. Okay, so then we perform. That means now we have three variables. Beginning is equal to 0, end is equal to 14, and mid is equal to 7. Okay, now this is the middle element location we identified here. Now we search. We'll test whether key is equal to A of mid. What is key here? 33. 33 is equals to A of mid. What is A of mid? This red element. Okay, so A of mid is 53 here. So 33 is equal to 53? No. Okay, that means the element to be searched is not the middle element. This is confirmed from this condition. Okay, so then we need to check out whether it is present in the left half or right half. Okay, so how first as per our algorithm, first we'll test whether it is in the left half or not. Okay, so then what I do, again I test the condition, is key less than A of mid, is key less than A of mid. So what is key here? 33 less than 53, yes. Okay, so 33 is less than 53, yes. That means we need to search only in the left half of the middle element. Okay, so left side of the middle element only we need to search. It is confirmed from this. Okay, so then no need to search in the right half of the middle element. Okay, so that means we can reduce our search to left half of the middle element like this. Okay, so search for the key in the area before midpoint. Okay, so before the middle element only in the array, you search for the key now. Okay, so that means now from 0 to 6, from index 0 to 6 only, you need to perform binary search. Okay, so then the right part I am striking off now. Okay, so that means this is eliminated. Okay, so the right part of the array is eliminated. No need to search here. That means half of the array is eliminated here. Yes or no? Okay, so your searching process now becomes easy by searching only in the left half of the array. Only 50% of array is left now. Okay, right. So now you have to set the beginning and end points again here. Okay, so beginning will not change here. Beginning will be 0 only because you are searching only in the left half of the array. Beginning as usually it will be 0. Okay, so mid value is 7. Already we calculated. Then your end value you need to set again. So end will become mid minus 1. Okay, so mid minus 1 means 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, so now your variable end will contain the location 6. Now this will become the end element location now. Okay, so once you have beginning and end new values, okay, so again calculate mid value. Okay, so you need to update the mid value again. Okay, because your array is now reduced within this segment. Again, you find the middle element. Always find the middle element. So how you calculate middle value? Beginning plus end by 2. What is beginning now? 0 plus what is end value now? 6. 0 plus 6 by 2 is 3 here. Okay, so that means now your variable mid will contain 3 here. Okay, so that means the variable mid points to location 3 here now. Okay, so once you got a new mid value, now you check whether the element to be searched. Now this is the middle element. Okay, so again we start the same search process. Is key equals to a of mid? What is key here? 33 is equal to a of mid. What is a of mid now? 25. So 33 equal to 25? No. The answer is no. Okay, so again you have to test whether it is present in the left half of this middle element or only in the right half of this middle element. Okay, so first we'll test whether it is in the left half or not. So how you can test? Is key less than a of mid? 33 less than 25? No. That means it is not in the left half. Okay, so you test whether it is in the right half or not. Is key greater than a of mid? So key is what? 33. 33 greater than 25? Yes. That means it is confirmed that it is in the right half of this middle element. Okay, so now you can eliminate this left part of the middle element. Okay, so now you search for the key in the area after the middle point or middle element. Okay, so now that means from index 4 to 6, now we need to search. Okay, so that means this 0 to 3 is eliminated. Okay, so that's why I strike off these elements. No need to search in these elements. Now you are searching array reduced to 4 to 6 only. This is the array to be searched now. So every time we are reducing the segment of the array to be searched here. Okay, right? So here what happens? Because the element may present in the right half, now the beginning value will change. Okay, so here middle value is 3 calculated already. Okay, so end value will remain as it is 6, but your beginning value will change. Okay, so how to move beginning value? Mid plus 1. Now your beginning will become mid plus 1, which is 3 plus 1, 4. Okay, so that's why the variable begin now points to location 4, contains the location 4. Okay, so with these new beginning and end values, again you need to calculate new middle value. Okay, so again calculate mid value. Once you have beginning and end values, calculate mid value. Beginning plus end by 2. What is beginning now? 4. What is end now? 6. 4 plus 6 by 2 is 5. Okay, so mid is equal to 5. That means the variable mid now contains the location 5. Okay, so that means 43 now becomes the middle element. Okay, so again do the binary set. What is binary set again? That means you test whether is it the middle element. Is key equal to a of mid? What is key here? 33 equal to 43? No. So again you search whether it is in the left of the middle or right of the middle element. Okay, so first we'll test towards left side. Is key less than a of mid? Key is 33. 33 less than 43? Yes. Okay, so that means you can say that search for the key in the area before the middle point. Okay, so this is the area to be searched. That means the location 4 you need to search here. Okay, so the right of the middle point will be ignored. That means up to 51 it is ignored. So 43, 51 ignored. Okay, so when you are searching in the left half, beginning value won't change, only end value will change. When you are searching in the right half, end value won't change, only beginning value will change. This you have to remember. Okay, so beginning will remain as it is as 4. Okay, so middle is 5, then end value will change. End value will become mid minus 1, that is 4. So that means now both variables begin and end contains the location number 4. So when you have beginning and end values, now calculate new mid value. How you calculate mid value? Begin plus end by 2. 4 plus 4 by 2 is 4. That means now mid also contains the location number 4. Okay, so once you have begin, end and mid value, now again do the binary search here. Okay, so now this is the segment of array to be searched here. So again I am doing the binary search. Is key equal to A of mid? Yes. Okay, so that means 33 is equal to 33. Yes. Okay, so then you can say that location is equal to 4. That means the element is present at location 4. So here what we are doing, we are not searching all the elements as in linear sets. Okay, so we are reducing off every time we are eliminating off of the array and we are searching, we are reducing the searching space. That's why binary search is efficient than a linear search. Okay, clear? Now this is binary. By means 2. Okay, so that means we divide the array into 2 parts and we search either in the left part or right part. Okay, again in the left part, again we divide that into 2 parts and either we search in the left part or right part. So every time we reduce the array to 2 segments and we search only in one of the segments. That's why it is called a binary search. This is successful case. For example, how we know that it is unsuccessful? We have seen a situation there. What is the condition there? If end is less than a beginning. Okay, so that means beginning and end will cross each other. Okay, so when they cross each other, then you can say that it is unsuccessful. Okay, so we'll take an example. Unsuccessful case we'll take. For example, binary search for 32. Assume that the key element is 32. We are going to search for 32. So the process is same up to this point here. Okay, now we are left only with this begin, end and mid value 444. Okay, if the element to be searched is 32. Okay, so now first we'll see is key is equal to A of mid. That is how we start. Yes or no? So 32 is equal to A of mid 33? No. Okay, so then we search whether it is in the left half or not. Is key less than A of mid? Yes. Okay, as per our algorithm, it checks this condition. Okay, so key is 32 here, 32 less than 33? Yes. Okay, so that's why we need to move to the left part of this middle element. Okay, so left part of the middle element, when you move, your end value will change. Okay, so that means search for the key in the area before the middle point. That is what the algorithm says. Okay, so that's why we are, as per our algorithm, we'll move to the left part of this middle element. When you move, beginning will be same and mid value will be same, only end value will change. So end value will become mid minus 1, that is 3 here. Okay, so end value will become 3 here. Okay, so since end is less than beginning, end value is 3 and beginning value is 4 here, just see here. Okay, so since end value is less than beginning, the search is unsuccessful. You can say that the element to be, or the key element is not present in the array. Okay, so that means whenever, every time the binary searcher starts its searching, it first checks whether end is less than beginning or not. Okay, if not, then it again start the searching process. Otherwise, you can say that it is unsuccessful. Okay, right. Now we need to write program for this. Whatever we discussed for the same, we need to write a program for this. Okay, so what we do is we open the code blocks here. Screen not visible. Is it the case? Screen not visible? Okay, then right. So open an empty file. Okay, so here it is very simple. If you understood the algorithm, we can convert the same thing into programming steps. Program for binary search. So let me save the program so that you can see the colors of keywords. Okay, so binary search, I say. Okay, so include the header file. Include stdio.h, and we are going to use exit function. For this, you include stdlib.h. Okay, so then write the main function, then begin the main. Okay, so here we required an array here, so I am declaring an array of size some 50 or something. Okay, right? Then number of elements in the array we need to ask the user. Okay, so to read elements into the array, we require a loop control variable we require. Okay, then we have defined three variables there: beginning, okay, then end, and mid. These three variables are required. Okay, right? So if any other variables we required, then we add afterwards. Okay, so first, as usually, what we need to do, ask the user to enter number of elements in the array. Okay, so say enter number of elements, or enter how many elements. You can write the message as you like. Enter how many elements in the array. So we enter some number, read that number using scanf function. Say %d, comma, store that value at address of n. Okay, so that means he wants to store n elements. Now ask the user to enter those n numbers. So printf. Now give a message to the user, say enter %d numbers. Okay, so he enters those numbers. Now how can we read elements into the array? By using a for loop. Okay, so this already you know. So how we can write, because array indexing starts from 0, your loop control variable I should start from 0 and I should less than n. Okay, so n elements I want to read, then I say I plus plus. Okay, so because he enters through keyboard, now I can read those values one by one by using scanf function. Scanf %d, but you should remember where to store at the address of a of I. So that location we are catching in the variable I there. Okay, so that's why you should say address of a of I. Now you have the elements in the array. Okay, so we also required one more variable that is called a key, because element to be searched we need to store, no? Okay, so that we call as a key. You can use capital letters or small letters as you wish here. Okay, so I'm using capital letter here. Now ask the user to enter the key element, that is element to be searched. Okay, so enter the element to be searched. Okay, so that means within the brackets, even I am writing key n, that is nothing but the key element. Okay, so he enters some number that I am catching in a variable called key. Okay, so %d, comma, address of a key. Okay, right? So this is initial things we required. First, number of elements in the array. We need to store in variable L, then array elements we need to store in the array. Okay, so then element to be searched, we need to store in variable key. Okay, so once we have all of these, now you can start a binary search here. Okay, so you can write here code for binary search. This is the code for binary search. Okay, so I said as long as initially beginning will be 0 and now you store beginning and end values. Okay, so initially beginning will be 0 because array left side element will present at a location 0, index 0, and end value will be at n minus 1 position. Okay, so 10 elements means the what is the last element location 9. Okay, so that's why n minus 1. N is equal to n minus 1. Then immediately you calculate mid value. Okay, so otherwise inside the loop also you can calculate. Now once you have beginning and end values, then you can use a while loop here. Okay, so just say while, that means as long as beginning is less than or equals to end. Okay, so as long as beginning is less than or equal to end, you can perform a binary search here. Okay, so what is the first thing to be done here? We need to calculate middle element location. No, mid value we need to calculate. Now you calculate mid value. Mid is equal to, how we can calculate mid value? How you can calculate? Beginning plus end by 2, right? Beginning plus end by 2. Okay, so now you got the middle element location. Okay, so now you can test that 3 cases here. So what is the first case here? First case, if we are checking whether the element key is equal to middle element or not. How we can test here? If key, okay, so if key is equals to, a of mid. Okay, so here a is our array in small letters, a of mid. If key is equals to a of mid, what does it mean? That means we found the element. Middle element is the element to be searched. Okay, so then directly you can print a message here. Okay, so just say printf the key element. Okay, so the key is found at location percentage d, you can say key is found at location percentage d, and what is the value here? Mid value you need to print here because mid is the location of middle element. Okay, so then immediately you can say exit 0. No need to search again because already you identified the key element, so you can say exit 0. That's it. Otherwise, if that is not the case, okay, so then you search here if your key is less than a of mid. If your key is less than a of a mid, what does it mean? If your key is less than a of mid, okay, so that means the key element is found only in the left half of the array. Okay, so that means you have to reduce your array boundaries now. Okay, so left half of the array, that will become your search space now. Okay, so that means when you are going to left hand side, beginning will not change, only end point will change here. Okay, so that means now you are reducing your array by calculating end, only end value will change. That means end will become now mid minus 1. End is equal to mid minus 1. That's it. Okay, otherwise else, what does it mean? If key is less than a of mid, key is less than a of mid, false means key is greater. Okay, so when it is greater, you have to go to only right part of the array. You have to go to only right part of the array. So when you are moving your search space right of the middle element, that means your beginning will move, end will remain as it is. Okay, so that means now you calculate new beginning value here. So beginning is equals to mid plus 1. Beginning will become the next location of middle element. So mid plus 1. Yes or no? Okay, so this will become mid plus 1. That's it. Okay, so again your loop continues like this. Okay, so again it goes up, again it sets beginning less than or equal to end. Yes, so again it calculates new mid value. Okay, so new mid value it calculates, again it sets whether is equal to middle element. Okay, so if it is middle element, directly it prints and comes out. Otherwise it sets whether it is in the left half or right half here. Okay, else means it is in the right half, it is known. Okay, so in the left half means when you are moving to left side of the middle, only end value will change. When you are moving to right part of the middle element, beginning value will change. Okay, so calculate new end and beginning values and start searching again like this. Okay, right? So if you are coming out from this loop, the meaning is unsuccessful. Okay, so directly you can print a message here. Okay, so printf successful means you are coming out exit 0. Okay, so when end is greater than beginning, then this condition becomes false and you will come out from the loop. Okay, so once you come out from the loop, you will come here. Okay, so here you can print a message here. Just you can say that the key is not found. That's it. The element to be searched is not found in the array. Okay, so then return 0. Say return 0, close. That's it. This is your binary search algorithm. Okay, so very simple. If you know the 3 cases, then you can write the logic easily here. Okay, so first a number of elements in the array, then enter the elements of the array. Okay, so here percentage d numbers comma n you have to use here. Okay, then element to be searched, you ask, then you perform. Initially you set beginning is equal to 0 and end is equal to n minus 1. So as long as beginning is less than or equal to end, you do the binary search. How we do binary search? Every time we calculate mid value. Okay, then we search whether is it equal to middle element or not. Okay, if not, then we go to either left part or right part here. Okay, so like this your search process continues here. If it is unsuccessful, directly it comes here and it prints key is not found. Okay, so I'll save the program here. Then let me build the program. Yeah, here star slash star I have to use now for comment. Okay, so again save the program. Again build. Right, so there are no errors in the program. So then run the code. Now enter how many elements in the array. Okay, so for example, I want to store 8 elements in the array. So enter 8 numbers and please enter the numbers in sorting order. Say 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88. Now enter the key element to be searched. Element to be searched, that is nothing but key element. Okay, so here I say 77. The key is found at location 6. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 77 is at location 6. That's how it identifies. Okay, so here for better you give a message clearly here. Enter percentage d numbers in sorting order. In sorting order, you can say, so that the user enters the numbers only in sorting order. If he enters in a randomly, then your algorithm will fail. That means it gives some wrong output, thinking that the elements are in sorting order. That's why it gives wrong output. Okay, so successful case we have seen here. Unsuccessful case we'll see here. So let me build the program again. then run the code. Now enter how many elements in the array. Okay, so same 8 elements I enter. So now see, enter 8 numbers in sorting order. Okay, so 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88. Okay, then enter the element to be searched. For example, 100 I'll enter here. Okay, now see, the key is not found because 100 is not there. It comes out from the loop and directly it says that the key is not found. Okay, so hope you understood the binary search technique. So if you like this technique when you are watching video, please subscribe to the channel. Okay.